So welcome to KPC Live. Today we are going to cover a lot of topics, including the stupid rumor among aespa's Winter and BTS Jungkook. Everybody's been talking about it. Let's go through what's been happening, why people are claiming that they're dating, what my opinions are about it, and on top of that, we have RM's concerning live he did on Weverse. I watched the whole 30 minutes video. Yeah, also some points were a little concerning to me. And then we have Hee Jin breaking the silence, talking about her, I guess, life, her trials, her stance, all that. So a little bit of updates on her. Moreover, we have some scandals going on in Korea. A very big actor getting exposed of his past, and him declaring retirement because of that. All right. And we have Seoul's first snow, the Coupang incident, the impeachment. I guess like the martial law anniversary happening. Also, we have Dongduk Women's University going co-ed finally, and some Samsung technological feats. So yeah, we'll be talking about all those kind of things. Anyways, apologies for the no audio session in the beginning, but all right, let's start. Okay. So, yeah. Hello, everybody. Where are you guys watching from? Before we go on, don't forget to smash that like button to support the live stream. And yeah, 100 people so far. So let's straight on jump into the news. Yeah, so everybody has been waiting for me to talk about this. I've been getting a lot of DMs saying like, David, what do you think about this? So okay, so everybody knows by now it's cold news. BTS Jungkook and aespa's Winter have been hurled into dating rumors, and both agencies, Hive and SM, have said they have no they have no comment. And netizens have pointed to things like their similar dog tattoos, look-alike accessories, and even their Instagram handles, which have similarities like I'm Winter, and it used to be I'm Jungkook, but then it changed into MNI Jungkook as supposed evidence of the rumor. And when Jungkook reopened his Instagram, he once explained that his username was simply a shortened form of my name is Jungkook. Still, some netizens claim that if you swap the letters N and I in his handle, it basically becomes Min Jungkook. Okay. Anyways, despite the speculation, both agencies have declined to make any official statement. So yeah, that's been happening. And Winter, on the other hand, she seems confident because like just yesterday, there was a fan meeting for aespa, and she appeared without any notice. She was just like there, apparently, right? So the fan meeting, I'm pretty sure it was like yesterday, according to this article. And yeah, there hasn't been any updates about like any particular activity by her. So like, yeah, I think she's pretty chill about it. Nobody's actually like acknowledging it. Yeah, aespa held a fan signing event in Seoul on December 6th. So, yep, nothing really happened over there from the idol side. And yeah, fans interpret Big Hit and SM's silence on Winter and Jungkook's dating rumor as affirmation. So a lot of fans, I don't know, like, yeah, maybe some fans, some people, the public have been coming out saying like, oh, if you look at the pattern before, when the company says like, oh, we can't confirm anything on this matter, it's like private issues, blah 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 blah. Usually people have been claiming that when it's false, they come out saying like, oh, this is groundless rumors. Yeah, something like that. They usually like refuse to actually acknowledge this thing, but yeah, the two agencies have come out saying like we can't confirm on anything. So people are saying, okay, this might be a secret statement that they are in fact dating. But yeah, like these are some pictures of what people have been claiming as evidence of them dating. Like apparently this is like Jungkook's arm. They got like dog tattoos. This is Winter's dog tattoo. Some kind of similarities. I don't know. I haven't seen like 4K quality photos. Maybe there's similar patterns or whatever. or maybe they're just like a very cute tattoo that's like I don't know, they got off the internet or from a tattoo parlor or whatever. But yeah, people have been pointing out these kind of similarities. So first of all, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments, tell me in the chat. Um, First of all, I think this is pretty stupid in all kind of manners. I'm sorry if you're invested in this, but this is just my personal opinion, so don't hate me on it. But first of all, on top of everything, what if they are dating, right? Like, let these people be people. I've never really understood what the big fuss about like idols dating is about. Like they're Jungkook, well, he's born in 1997-ish, right? Like so he's 5 years younger than me. That means he's like 29, 28 or even 30 now, and a 30-year-old dude is going to be active. He's going to be, he wants to date someone. Like that's normal. It's human nature. Espa's Winter as well too. They're both in their primes. They're both in their youth, their younger selves. So they want to date, and they're both attractive people. They attract a lot of people. So obviously, I don't even know why I'm stating this. It's just like human nature. It's like the law of the universe and nature. So I don't even understand why I have to like go through this logic, right? Like they're two attractive people, and if they want to date, hypothetically, let's assume maybe this is true, then what's the big problem? What's the big fuss about it? Let's just congratulate them and go by with your day, right? Like, oh wow, two attractive, two rich, two talented people dating each other. Like, what's the big problem about it, right? So I mean, I don't know why people are so riled up about this. I've seen some fan comments, usually comments that have no faces, no profile pics, usually Korean comments. Okay, the Korean fandom might come at me. I don't know, but like they've been saying stuff like, "Oh, if they are selling, what do you call that? Like 유사연애. What's that in English? I knew that word. Anna used it all the time. 유사연애. Um Pseudo love? No, parasocial relationships. Yes, like I've seen so many comments saying like if these idols in this business are selling parasocial relationships, and the fans are supporting them financially, energy wise, time wise, and they're like yeah helping them gain their stardom and popularity, then at least they need to be respectful to the fans that have supported them and invested to them, and not be professional and not get caught, at least, or not be so blatant or blunt about being in a relationship. I'm trying to see in their shoes, but I can't really just immerse into that perspective, because it's your choice at the end of the day to support them, whether it's financially or time or energy wise. I don't know. Like you claim that they have sold the parasocial relationship. I don't know. Maybe I haven't dug deeper into BTS's old stuff, but from what I remember in the recent years, I don't remember them selling a parasocial relationship ever, like ever. Have they ever done that? Maybe in the early days, but I doubt that it was even like strong. That's if we're talking about parasocial relationships, I would say, I mean, that's like SM territory maybe. So maybe that doesn't apply to Jungkook. I don't think armies are going against Jungkook or anything. Maybe there are some solo stands that are kind of crazy, but like if we are going over to Espa's Winter, like she's getting a lot of heat too, because she's a woman and she's younger and she's supposed to be very active with her activities, like her performances and stuff. And there's like these lazy winter clips circulating, and there's this other clip that circulates apparently of her on a live stream doing like a guessing game with Karina together, and she says the word Jungkook, something like that, and it sounds like Chun Jungkook, and a lot of people are being internet sleuths and saying like, "Oh, how blatant she's trying to be, like how she's spilling breadcrumbs in order to flex she's dating Jungkook, blah 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 blah," and all that kind of stuff. So I guess that narrative applies more to her. But has Espa really sold parasocial relationships ever? I where is this coming from? Like, maybe I'm not that deep in the fandom that much to notice that these two groups, these particular members, have been selling parasocial relationships. If you're referring to Jungkook doing like 3-hour live streams on his Weavers or anything, I don't think that's a parasocial relationship. That's just like communicating and interacting with your fans. Am I selling a parasocial relationship with you guys over here? No, right? I'm just like talking, sharing the news, sharing my life. So I don't know where that's coming from, but that seems to be like the only narrative that's rebutting, like, from the opposite side, that this is inappropriate and this should be criticized. So like, I don't really get it. The fans, if you think like that, you can come at me, but I have my own personal opinion, you have your own personal opinion, and I just can't understand that. Period. Right? So poor Winter, poor Jungkook. Espa, from what I know, as far as I remember, they've been selling the metaverse, I guess. I think they're kind of done with that. Their recent work was really nice with Dirty Work and everything. Um, yeah, they've always been selling like the strong, independent woman vibe. Um, I'm a rich man, you know, you just look at the lyrics. Where is the parasocial relationship over there? You know? I don't really get it. Yeah, are fans talking about, and if anything, Espa's, I would say, core audience is even like female, if I could argue. Like, of course, the casual listeners and the casual fans that just like Winter and Karina and Giselle and Ning Ning for their looks might be male, and like the people who drool over them on the internet might be males, but the actual core fandom, I would argue, would be female. So if anything, they have like a appeal more towards like the core audience, which is female. Um, and they're just like a widely public group, so like they're popular, like they, regardless of gender, I would say. And okay, if we're going into that territory, some people are going to say, "Oh, but women can like women." Okay, I mean, let's not even go into that. But yeah, so I just feel bad for these two people. If this rumor is right or wrong, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Both, either way, I just feel bad for them, because like, if it's wrong, then they're being hurled into something that's groundless, that's stupid, that's like, yeah, they've never dated before, so why are people making this rumor? If it's true, like, let it be. Like, they have their own lives. Be happy for them, you know? Like, they I don't know. Yeah, it will blow over. It always does. Yeah, it always does. But, you know, if you think of it in their perspective, how frustrating might it be? You know, they're just living their lives. Suddenly this happens and everybody's talking about it. Everybody's making edits about you. Like, you get plastered on the internet, and what stays on the internet sticks forever. So, how frustrating might it be? Um, V keeps Delulu's in check. Yeah, they say it's being reported because of Pang PD's issues. So a lot of people have also been saying like, oh, Korea's trying to cover up something with this scandal or dating scandal. I mean, I'll be totally honest. Okay, like, while I think there are government ops that are trying to like cover some big issues or something, while I don't deny the entire existence of those kind of special operations, I do think we have to be level headed and think, you know, we don't have the ability to identify which one is an actual government operation or not, but still, I think on the base level, people have to understand that these kind of scandals or these kind of rumors happen independently on a daily, a weekly, a monthly basis by their own, and government scandals and corruption and issues also independently happen by their own schedule, organically, spontaneously, and they seem to collide time wise, and it becomes a huge coincidence, saying like, oh, this is trying to cover up this. And it has always happened throughout the, I guess, the advent of entertainment and politics. people will say like, oh, this is always a cover up for that. While I'm not denying like the entirety of it, because there are cases, there have been documentaries from news agencies that have done investigative journalism and have revealed that higher ups, politicians have like a cabinet folder of like blackmail territory stuff. I'm not denying it entirely, but I'm just saying like it's just a convenient logic that comes up every single time when there is something about your faves or something about these celebrities saying that the government is trying to do something or like some kind of entity is trying to cover it up, something like that. I mean, it's an easy way out. Obviously, it's trying to derive the attention of the public from an important issue to like a more tea kind of issue that really doesn't matter and it's gonna blow away, and you just have to sacrifice a person. I understand all of that. Okay, like I've lived enough of my life to understand how it works, but I'm just also trying to say that not every time, not every single time. All right. And we do, at the end of the day, we never know which one is a cover up or not. So I feel like we should really like, you know, not talk about that much, not give that much significance. If anything, I would say people on the political side are trying to use this on another matter, on another yeah, in another sense, to spread their narrative about this is getting covered up. You got to get more attention on this issue right now. And then there might be fans jumping onto that saying that, yes, yeah, the government is doing this and the Hive is doing this, blah, 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 blah. So, anyways, um, they are most likely dating, but so what? They are adults. Exactly. Thank you for saying that. I knew our viewers would be level headed people, right? I would find it much stranger if BTS did not date. I know, right? But the fans are like, don't get caught. Oh my gosh, are you really fans? Don't you wish for the happiness for your idols? Everyone deserves to be happy. I know. Rachel, thank you for the $5 pizza. With this logic, then Jimin and I are dating because both of our birthdays are in October. Our birthdays are 7 days apart. Oh yeah. And me and Jimin and Jungkook are all dating because we're all from Busan, right? Yeah. So, I mean, what are the political issues that you think are being ignored? I don't think anything's being ignored, to be honest. Maybe I'm too naive, as a lot of people always say, but as I said, I don't deny the chance and the possibility that something's being covered up. But right now, I can't think of anything that's of big severity in the political scene right now. Um, yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. So the evidence is they've they have similar tattoos. Winter said something in her live that resembled the pronunciation of Chun Jung-guk. They had similar accessories. Now we've seen that multiple times, but I mean, if we were to follow that logic, the nail in the coffin would be the tattoo. If we were to follow that logic, and if it were to be true, so be it. Happy for them. Congratulations. I don't know, like just joking, okay? But like make it a stretch. Go have a baby. It's gonna be a beautiful baby, right? I'm not saying that they should get married or like, anything, but just joking around, right? Yeah. So I mean, if even if it's not winter, as long as JK is happy and the girl is happy, yeah, for sure. And you know how many like I've been in this. I mean, it's kind of cringe to call it the industry, but like it's an adjacent industry with the entertainment scene, right? So I know some people that are in the industry. I hear things from the actual HQ and around, right? Like, and you know how many times I've heard of like who's dating who? Oh, who's dating who? And I get surprised sometimes, like, oh wow, that's a very interesting combination. And this is coming straight for the source, so like even if I can't verify, I don't really care at the end of the day. But when I hear about it, I'm like, oh, that's very interesting, and it has a very high credibility rate. So I'm like, yeah, okay, wow, good for them. Sometimes it's a very surprising combo, as I said, but still, like I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. I mean, obviously, right? So a person with a sane head is going to assume that these people are dating, and one got revealed, and it happens to be maybe Jungkook and Winter. So be it. Wow, they're super. I'm jealous of Jungkook, right? I'm jealous. Winter, it's freaking Winter. I mean, thank God it's not Karina. Joking, joking. But yeah, but this too shall pass. Exactly, exactly. Agree that this soft stuff is used to cover up more serious issues, no matter the country. Yeah, it happens here and there. But at the end of the day, what can we peasants, normies, actually do to verify that this is a cover up indeed? I thought he was with some model. Either way, don't care. He could be with I don't know, like as many women he wants. This might be his like 25th girlfriend, and who cares? Who the frick cares? Yeah, these fans that are claiming these parasocial relationships, they're selling parasocial relationships. I think they're delulu from the start to be sold and attracted to these parasocial relationships and throw their money at it. So yeah, there's a high chance that people that believe in these parasocial relationships have something a little cuckoo going on in their mind, thus have the bigger tendency to be riled up about this kind of thing. Yeah. Um, I'm sorry, but they all have been dating someone at some time, and it's just normal. Karina had to apologize for dating. Yes. Well, I took that apology, and it's okay, Karina. uh, yeah, Karina had to apologize. Yes. It actually weaved up my broken heart. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. But my honest reaction then, I was like, damn, that bro, EJ, man, I wish I could be it. Right now, me being like Jungkook. Dang, Jungkook, dang, JK, okay. Okay, boy. Yeah. But end of story, I think. Yeah, end of story. Either whether if they're dating or not, who cares? Right? Let them be themselves. Have some fun. Enjoy the ride. Yeah, and quite honestly, that video of Winter saying like I think that's a stretch too. Like if you hear it as a native Korean, I don't think she mentioned Cho Jungkook because first of all, why would she do that on a live stream where thousands of people are watching? Name a different idol, and she knows it's sensitive. She has no motive to do that. People might think it's a Freudian slip. It's not. Idols are trained specifically not to mention those kind of things. This is related to what RM is going to be is we're covering about RM in the next news. But first that possibility is crossed out, and when I heard it, I thought it was like Chung Jung-gook or something like that. And yeah, like Karina's response, a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, she was trying to cover it up. She was trying to like make it smooth for Winter's slip by mentioning her grandma's name is like similar to that or something like that." But no, I think people are just stretching. And like people are saying like, why doesn't Winter come out and say that it wasn't his name? But then you're going to say something about that as well too when she comes out and says, "Oh, it wasn't actually his name," and blah 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 blah. Then you're going to make, a case out of that and criticize her. So, yeah, I think it's just good for them to stay silent and let this blow away. Yeah. Okay. That's so weird. Idols apologizing for dating or getting married. That's why I think it might have even changed by this time. And I think the companies and labels need to change this culture, to be honest. I would argue that most of the parasocial relationship folks are maybe not. There are a lot of Delulu people all around the world, but the most vocal ones at least, or maybe I'm just seeing it on the internet that much, are the domestic fans. And that culture has been around for a while, but it's a commonly known tendency for international fans to be a little bit more loose about artists and idols being themselves dating and having relationships or whatever, even in like moral controversies. Like international fans have always been a little bit more loose about it, a little bit more lax and comfortable about these kind of things. So yeah, I think now that the dynamics have reversed, that the international fandoms are way more, they're the majority of the fandom and they got more consumer power. I don't think the company has anything to be afraid of regarding these kind of things, because like I know that international fans are going to support no matter whatever these people are dating with each other or whatnot. Like I don't think it's going to be a big hit on like their sales or concerts or whatever. Yeah, I think the companies actually need to push through and say like we don't give an F about what you the Lulu fans are saying. Like, yeah, if they're dating, they're dating. So be it. And I guess like in this phase, in the transition phase, um the company's response saying like we can't confirm or we have nothing to say is their strongest statement to possibly maybe confirm about the rumor and saying like yeah, it is what it is. It could be interpreted in that way, maybe. um yeah. Most vocal, do they have jobs? Oh yeah, that's a great point. They're probably the most vocal because they probably don't have jobs. People need to get a job and worry about more important stuff. Exactly. We have more important stuff coming up in this live stream, so watch out, look out for that. Shouldn't we be more focused on their music and their achievements and contributions? Exactly, yeah. What's up? What's up, Steve? Yeah, we're just talking about some stupid idol dating gossip that is a huge thing, apparently. Um, I miss YG, they would just confirm. Yeah, they're the badasses. The companies make too much money on those fans. They won't change it. But I think they need to change the culture in long term. So, like we need to make these fans wither out. Not give them any attention at all. Do not entertain the power of these fans. Like we need to push through, and big companies like Hive need to take that minuscule amount of loss and shift the culture and say like we don't acknowledge you guys. We're good without you, you know? And again, like oh the Hive stands are gonna come at me and say like why are you always criticizing Hive? Like they have no responsibility. You seem like you hate Hive and you point all the blame on Hive on everything, blah blah blah. No, I'm just saying it because they have all the money and they're the biggest prime example and the representative. This could be equivalent and change and swap to JYP, SM, YG, I don't know, Starship, anything. Okay, like as a matter of fact, if you look at Starship, they looked out after their idols a lot. They chased Chang Won Young's hater, the commenter until the edge of earth, and they got her in a jail cell, right? Well, she got a probation, but she got a sentence, right? So I think what I'm just saying is, in just general logic, the companies should need to look out for their idols' health, mental health, well-being more than now. Yeah. Okay. And then there's the complete opposite with Hwasa and Park Jung-min. So yes, just to derail a little bit. So this has been coming a viral moment. So I don't know why. So please let me understand. So this has been going viral on the K-pop. No, actually in Korea. So Hwasa did like a performance in the Cheongyong what is it, awards, and it has been going friggin' viral. Um, so it's this one. over here. So, anyways, she's doing this performance, and this guy is called Park Jung Min. He's like an actor, and they do like a little dance together. It was like a little skit they did for the award ceremony. I mean, first of all, her song is really amazing. It's really like sentimental. And then he just plays along and waves his hand a little bit, and he plays along and twirls her a little bit, and yeah, it ends like that. And then he says, like, take your shoes, take your what do you call them? Your high heels. And it ends like that, right? So this has been going super viral over the internet for the past few weeks. Um Girls have been, you know, heartstruck with Park Jung-min. And I honestly don't know what the hype about it is, but I've been seeing it pop up on my feed so many times, and there are like so many edits, behind the scenes, reactions from other actors, interviews because of this. But yeah, it's a cute moment. I'm not gonna lie, but I just don't get like the huge hype about it. Like there have been so many female comments saying like, "Oh my gosh, I'm in love with Park Jung Min now. He's so handsome." Okay. Yeah. I just don't, maybe I just don't get like the female moment, like the heart struck moment of it. It's just a cute performance to me. The fact that Park Jung Min was the actor for Hwasa's music video for that song adds a little bit more context to it, but even so, like I don't really get it. Yeah, that was cute. Yeah, he was in her MV. Yeah. Yeah, people are weird. Ooh, David, are you jealous? No, not at all. Yeah, I'm a very honest guy. I'm jealous of Jungkook. Yeah, I'm jealous of Lee Jae-wook. Yeah. But Hwasa's not dating him, right? Yeah, I don't think she's dating him. Okay. I'm a woman and I don't get it. It was a cute romantic moment. Yeah, I just think that's it. But maybe the short form editors are doing the good job in making this viral, making it look starstruck and romantic. I honestly think it's becoming more romantic. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. But yeah, and actually, like the context behind Hwasa, right? She's not like the traditionally beautiful figure in the K-pop scene, and in Korea, she's been slandered and criticized a lot for her unconventional beauty, and her darker skin and whatnot, like her body figure and facial features, blah 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 blah. We all know that narrative. She's gotten a lot of hate before, and now she comes back with this magnificent song and like great performance. And there's this attractive actor guy acting with her like in a romantic scene. I feel like that kind of context added up to this, and it amplified even more because it's Hwasa. Uh, Maybe that might be the cherry on top, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so all right. Anyways, Winter JK, whether it's true or not, be happy. Hope you don't get too affected by these um, this stupid fuss. Okay, but let's go into BTS RM's live stream. All right, so what happened? RM reveals he considered disbanding thousands of times while reflecting on BTS's return in 2025. So he did this live stream on Weverse for like 30 minutes. I watched the whole thing. So not gonna lie, I don't watch all of BTS's Weverse lives. Maybe if there are clips of it on X or YouTube, I stumble upon them, I watch them. Like, to be honest, JK does like too long live streams. He games, he just yaps, he just runs. So I can't watch the whole thing. Some clips of V I watch. But RM streams are kind of different because he always has some kind of like essence in his live streams, and he always talks about some deep stuff. So I always kind of enjoy watching the full live streams of RM, and I sat down yesterday night in 2x speed. I watched this whole 30-minute thing, and it got kind of concerning. Um, yeah, nothing like too serious or anything, but yes, he was very real and honest. And I saw it, and to this article, shows you a little bit of what he said, and these are the lines he said. Many people ask, why did you waste the second half of 2025? Why didn't you do anything? I also wanted to pursue various activities after being discharged, but there were circumstances I can't talk about. I don't have the right to explain everything, so I can't disclose it all. Obviously, like, he's under a contract. He's not the representative of Hybe. He might be the leader of BTS, but he went on saying like the members are all now very mature, and he himself is having problems. And he's having an issue in like self-maintaining himself too. Like, he has sleep issues and whatnot, so he's not in the position to like represent BTS as a whole right now, and like legally he's not bound to actually speak about that. So, anyways, he noted that it has been more than 3 years since BTS's last concert in October 2022. I want to perform right away, but preparing for it requires so much. Yeah, and the personal pressure is huge. Since last month, I haven't been able to sleep. I was thinking about whether I should get a prescription for sleeping pills. We already know that in the military he has sleeping problems, and it has been a constant condition for him. He apologized for the long wait, saying, I'm truly sorry for making you wait so long, but we have our own reasons. We can't come back easily until we can present something you'll be satisfied with. He continued, considering the scale and the circumstances involved, this may sound like an excuse, but I ask for your understanding. We will return. There may be times when it's not exactly what you hope for, but I will do my best. RM then surprised fans by addressing the possibility of disbandment. Thought he said crossed his mind repeatedly, and he said, I've wondered 1,000 times, more than 1,000 times, would it be better for the team to disband or go on hiatus? But the reason we're still together is because of the love between the members and the respect we have for our fans. He ended the broadcast with a heartfelt message to ARMY saying, I love you all. I hope you really know that even if that love doesn't come back to me in the same way, I'll keep loving you in my own way. And this was the live stream. So let me just turn it on the background so that you can get the vibe of, what he was talking about. But yeah, when I watched this live stream, first of all, I was kind of concerned about his health, concerning regarding like his sleep problems, because sleep is just very important to your life. I, of all people, should know about that, like what effect lack of sleep has to one person. I really don't get a lot of sleep. And it's not because of insomnia. We have different conditions, but yeah, like I just like maybe voluntarily, maybe not, don't get a lot of sleep. And the next day when I don't get sleep, I'm always on the edge. I'm always very sensitive. I always get irritated or annoyed by like the slightest things. I can't focus. I don't have the urge to eat. It feels like work isn't doing going well. I'm not satisfied with the outcome, and you see everything in like a negative light, and that's what like the deprivation of sleep does to you, and that's like a known medical fact, right? So sleep is crucial to one's health. It actually messes up your biorhythm in the long term too. So apparently a lot of scientists and a lot of doctors come out and say like if you don't get enough sleep, that's going to take a toll, definitely, most certainly when you're in your 50s, 60s and above. So you better get that good 8 hours of sleep per day, right? Good quality sleep. So yeah, that was the biggest concern I got from his stream. And and everything kind of like spirals out from that, I would say. Look, that's my impression. I'm not speaking on his behalf or anything. When I saw this, he's talked a lot about the pressure of preparing for this new album and the new activities, and he's like, "Oh, could we actually satisfy you guys?" He talked a lot about haters, haters throwing comments at him saying like he acts as if he's smart or something intelligent, and he acknowledged that he's just a normal person and he just got lucky and got owes everything to the fans. So what I see is that he's always been a strong, charismatic, well-spoken, talented leader, and I think deep down he knows that, and there is some substance to his success. And he's one part of him is trying to be humble. At the same time, I think there is a fragility that it's okay to be revealed, and I really appreciate RM actually opening about this issues. It's very seldom done from idols. Like, they don't really open up about their like weaknesses or their struggles going on, but him being so candid and honest to their fandom really shows a matter and level of respect not seen in from other idols. So yeah, when I was seeing that, as much as I was concerned, I really appreciated that and the honesty. And it's real talk, right? So we get to see what like his concerns and what his maybe current insecurities are stemming from, and we get to see what's going on in his mind. And he tried to provide as much context and information about why BTS hasn't been active as a whole for the second half of 2025 after their military discharge. He tried his best under what authority he has to disclose that they were preparing a lot. The concert and the new album is indeed coming soon. And that's all we need to know, right? We all just need to stick around, believe in them, and yeah, they'll deliver great music. But I think right now, RM has this little pressure because like I can't imagine, but I can also imagine at the same time. If you're a level at BTS and you've been at the pinnacle of K-pop, and you are at that point, you're at the Everest. Like, what more is there to achieve, or like how do you have to go to Mars or something, right? And the pressure might be immense because people expect more and more and more from you eventually, naturally. So he's like, oh, what do I have to do? What can I do to top like our previous work? I think that kind of pressure is slowly, eating him up, maybe. And he's been honest about it in the live stream. So yeah, when I was seeing that, I wanted to like, I can't do this obviously, but as a friend, as a maybe a hyung even, I'm older than him, like go up to him, who am I? But like just give him a pat on the back and say like, oh my God, you are freaking BTS, you are the leader of BTS. Like you don't have to worry about anything like this. Of course, he has his own standards and he has his own problems, and we don't know anything about that. We don't know the complete picture. He might be getting a lot of like criticism from the inside or the outside or whatever. But yeah, like I'm sure a lot of people give him like textual support on the live streams and chats and whatever. But even as a YouTuber myself that only has like 800K, 50K subscribers and like, a couple hundred viewers, when I'm in bad situations, when I'm like struggling, and a lot of you guys give me affirmation and support and compliments and are rooting for me in the chat, there's this confirmation bias, or there's this tendency for me to actually ignore all of these kind of things and just latch on more to the negative ones. You just like, you have tunnel vision and you only focus on the negative stuff, and everyone has those kind of phases. And I think it's because like you've been so used to the support, and it's unconditional support sometimes. Maybe it's that kind of level, I would imagine, for BTS. And you're like, oh, these people, like whatever I do, they've always been there for me. So I'm not saying that you're taking it for granted, but you've been kind of like nullified, or you've been kind of used to it, and then the spikes that come at you just like hurt you even more. So yeah, I feel like when I was watching his 30-minute live stream, I was like, hmm, like not in a bad way, okay? Like I know this term might be misinterpreted because like it's usually used with a negative nuance or connotation, but that phrase like who hurt you, right? Like that's usually used in a condescending way, but I wanted to say it in like a warm way. Like how do I express it? Like bro, like who is this who is this mother effer that came to you recently and, you know, damaged you? Like who hurt you in a good way, if you know what I'm saying, right? Like so I feel like he's under a lot of pressure, and like maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was the company, maybe it was someone around him, but maybe it's just himself. But I was kind of concerned for his mental health, especially with the sleep as well too. That all seems to be in a vicious cycle. I'm not trying to spread fear or whatever about his condition. So please don't clip this and put it on Twitter. It says, "Oh, this YouTuber is saying like Namjoon is in bad condition. We need to look out for him." Don't make anything like that. It's just like personal observation as like a random irrelevant dude in his room watching his live stream, and like me just being wanting to look out for him. But yeah, so, and the fact that he mentioned the word heche, like disbandment of BTS, that was a big shock to me as well too. It just came out of nowhere, and he literally said like we considered disbanding more than thousands of times. And the fact that he just dropped that, it came deep down from his heart. And that is like a really, really, really taboo topic in the K-pop scene, traditionally. And I haven't seen any other idols actually speak about it, unless they're on like the verge of like renewing their contracts, or when they're like veterans and they're on TV shows and reflecting back with their careers in the old days or something. If it's not in that context, I have never seen someone at their prime actually talking about that. But I guess that's like a symbol of how much he's like honest with you, and he wants to share with Army and his fans, and it just shows his true self. So I think that's totally normal. Yeah, and I think this is the reason why BTS is loved even more, because it's not fake. He's not fake. I think, you know, to just say I relate to him, because it's more in the realm of YouTubers, because like YouTubers are just very, very true. Maybe some are not, but YouTubers are a little bit more raw than idols in general, right? They express their feelings, they express their struggles, and that's why YouTubers have core fandoms. But BTS being idols but very candid about their feelings at the same time, I think amplifies the connection between ARMY and BTS, and RM being the leader of it. Yeah, so he talked about all his like flaws in this live stream. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about, but that kind of slipped. But anyways, it was a shock. It was indeed a shock when he talked about the disbandment of BTS, the possibilities and talks about it. But I would say that's natural. I would say that goes on with all those groups out there. Like if BTS is talking about this, like imagine all the Nugu groups or the rookie groups or the unsuccessful groups, how much they would talk about these kind of issues, right? It all happens behind the scenes. It's the same with dating. It all happens. They're human beings, for God's sake. People forget that. But it's just that they don't talk about it, or they're not allowed to talk about it, and people just overlook that sometimes, right? Anyways, yeah, you should go watch his live stream. I couldn't really erase the feeling that he was kind of on edge a little bit. I think, he was, yeah, I think he looked very pressured. That's just my impression, okay? By the tone and the dialogue he was saying, but that's not anything wrong. If he gets some good rest, and yeah, I think it's just because of the the characteristic, the what do you call it? The color of the nature of what he was talking about. Like inevitably, he couldn't talk in like a light attitude, right? So it was like a more deep talk, and more fragile moment for him. So yeah, it resonated, and it hit me. So yeah, I usually don't watch the full live stream, but I sat there for the whole 30 minutes and you know watched it. So yeah. Anyways, oh, there was this moment also when he said like he kind of, the reason thought he was kind of like oh, he needs a little bit more sleep is totally fair point, okay, totally fair point. But there was this moment when V Tay commented on the stream or something, and then the fans started looking for Tay, like please join the live stream or whatever. And then RM kind of said in an affirmative tone, saying like, "Oh, if I'm doing a live stream, don't look for other members, and it applies for other members as well too. I'm here for you guys. You guys are here for me, and it should be that way." Um, yeah, like these aren't the exact quotes, but the message was in general like that. Don't look for other members when a certain member is doing this live stream, and that's totally valid. It's just common sense, right? I mean, you could jokingly mention other members here and there, but like imagine like your comment section being plastered with a lot of people spamming like, "Oh, Tay, 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 please join. Where's Tay? Where's Tay?" So, yeah, I think he got a little icked about that. Yeah, I love that he called him out. So there were a lot of moments like this. I was like really invested in the whole thing because topic after topic, it was really just yeah, he talked about moral and ethics standards as well too. Like he knows he has with great power comes great responsibility, but as a mere human being, he's like very just confused on like what moral standards does he have to oblige to? How strict are they? What kind of freedom does he have? And it might be, I quite honestly, it might be very suffocating for an individual as a human being, right? Like just extending to this to the dating thing as well too. Like they are idols, but at the end of the day, they're human beings too. So like up till when? Where is the boundary? So it might be very frustrating. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, he's gonna be strong. He's gonna be all right, and I think, maybe yeah, he might get some prescription for the sleeping pills or whatever. But he has a lot of people around him that takes good care of him. He mentioned that he was in prior to the stream with the members, and Hobie was like hyping up the crowd, the crew, and they were all happy together. So yeah, he has a lot of good friends and professional care probably around him. I've seen on his Instagram he's been hanging out a lot with his family, going on trips. So yeah, that's all good for his soul, and yeah, so hopefully he gets more energized in the future, and I mean he's never gonna watch this, but I just want to put it out there, like the fans are going to support no matter what kind of music you put out. It doesn't have to be like the best music ever. Um, and I was really shook that he even like mentioned it's. I think it's the fate of being a content creator or an artist at the end of the day. But he actually mentioned what was it like short form? So he mentioned that he had like a meeting with the company or the members, and he realized that like the new generation they're consuming more TikTok and more short form content, so they're trying to gear their content towards short form as well too. But he mentioned something about views, and he was like, "Oh, what if they don't get as much views as before?" And blah blah blah, and the effects of that. And I was like, bro, I never thought in my life, like, this is something I overlooked as well, too. Like, BTS considers views? Wow. Okay, I kind of looked back on myself. I was like, okay, a YouTuber who lives off of views. Me, I'm like, okay, of course I am obsessed with views, but not these days. I just like talking with you guys. I just like these cozy live streams just amongst ourselves. I'm not trying to expand or gain more subscribers or anything, but yeah, of course, Hybe is a company and Big Hit Music is a company, and like RM is under contract and whatever. So they should have a common goal to generate more views, more sales, more whatever. But like, wow, when he started mentioning about views, I was like, whoa, bro is hustling that hard, and I'm here in my room, not giving an F about it. Like, yeah, I look back on myself, but that was kind of shocking. Yeah, he said he didn't do TikTok. He tried but didn't get it. Yeah, I saw that part too. I totally relate. And he mentioned his age, 30, almost hitting 33. Namjoon is like 94, right? And I'm 92, so I'm 2 years older than him. And I totally relate. I totally relate, dude. Maybe that's why I love watching his live streams. Yeah. I mean, Epic High was joking recently, asking, "Are they now YouTubers or music artists?" Yeah. hmm So. Anyways, I totally got all his points. It was totally valid, and it was a very um just genuine and honest live stream. Yeah. So I really don't think so. Again, he's never gonna see this, but I really think fans would appreciate whatever music they put out if it's just true to themselves. Of course, they might have their own struggles. Maybe he's going through another phase of like clashing with hype. Okay, don't quote me on this or don't clip this or anything. But you know how like the Festa or the last live stream, all seven of them, RM mentioned that there was a little bit of stress, or at least something, a clash about like doing full English songs like Dynamite, Butter, and all that. It gave me the impression that the members weren't fully excited about those kind of songs, and it gave me the impression, just my personal impression, that the company kind of pushed for it, and they were kind of talked into being on board with those activities, which gave them accolades, which gave them awards and recognition and Grammy performances. So it is what it is. It served its purpose. But as an artist, as an individual that likes to put out social messages and is more tuned with, accustomed with writing deeper lyrics in Korean, and if you just look at RM's solo album, you get the vibes, right? So I was kind of thinking with this live stream, oh, him mentioning TikTok and short form and viral content and getting pressure of it and discussing with the company about like the tactics and stuff. I was like, is he kind of fed up with, not being able to be genuine using being as BTS, like being genuine as himself and the members. And like, this is going into dangerous territory, but the impression I get from hype and big hit music nowadays uh is like, I'll save my words, but all I'm saying is maybe they've gone too corporate. Maybe they've gone too industrial. That's I'll just leave it there and not say anything. Yeah. So, mhm. Okay, so anyways, go check out RM's recent live stream, and yeah, all the best. And support to BTS and RM. And I've definitely invested a lot. Actually, to give you an update, maybe you deserve it, maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe you don't care. But if you look at my Daily David account on Instagram, where I've been posting like stupid reels, trying to do short form myself. Oh my gosh, I'm affected. Bro, I totally understand you. Like, I was gaslighted by society, or maybe the algorithm or the content ecosystem now, to do short form myself. That's not my cup of tea, but I'm trying it out over here, right? Oh my gosh, what a freaking coincidence. But yeah, if you go to Daily David Kim over here, this is my Instagram account, my new one. I've been making short form about this. I stumbled upon Lee Jung-jae over here being solo on Christmas, but the particular one I'm talking about is this one over here. I put my life savings on Hype, yeah, and me investing about it. This one got viral, so I'm like, oh, maybe I should make more videos about this. Me investing on like K-pop stocks, but. Yeah, speaking of this one, I owe you an update because some people have been DMing me saying like, "Are your stocks okay?" I've seen them gone down a lot. It's totally fine. My stocks are, so to give you a little bit of an update, I sold my Hive stocks when the New Jeans pump came. So there was this one day when the New Jeans members suddenly out of nowhere, actually it wasn't out of nowhere, it was the last window of time they had before like the final the verdict. But anyways, I think it was Hein and Heading that came out first as the first two members saying that they are going to go back to Adore, and then a few hours later there was Minji and Daniel and Hani all saying they are going to discuss with Hybe Adore of returning, right? So there was that moment, and Hybe stocks just went up 10%. It surged 10% up in like an hour, and then I was like, okay, this is like a short-term pump. I know it's going to go up higher, but then there's going to be a correction because people are going to go crazy like me. So when that 10% pump came, I sold all at the peak, at the very, very, very peak. So I made a good chunk of money. And then after that, miraculously, it started tumbling as I expected because the hype about New Jeans is gone. And yeah, it started correcting, and it was like at 320 bucks, $10. Now it's at 290, 280. So I'm getting a good correction over here. I'm still waiting for the big next dip. Then I'm gonna go all in. But anyways, don't worry, my money is intact. I actually made a shit ton of money with that trade. But with the fact that BTS is coming, they're preparing, and this is even more confirmation from RM himself, coming from the source himself, him saying we're working very hard. They've been preparing for the whole semester, and they've been doing meetings, they've been doing practices. This is more confirmation that they're preparing something big, and something big is to come. So more confident on putting all my money into Hive stocks. So I'm timing my timing, and probably go in mid-December or something, because I do feel like there's going to be confirmation that New Jeans is all gonna start their activity or like sign with Adore. That's like known news, but you know, Hive hasn't put it out yet. And then there is going to be the official announcement about the BTS World Tours, probably coming out at the end of the month. I feel like RM's live stream hints that the PR team is slowly warming up to release this information. So because like if RM is talking, you know, publicly about like the practices and the preparation process, like it's already a known fact and it's already publicized, but the actual official announcement is coming. I feel like we're getting warmer and warmer. So yeah, that's gonna give another pump to me. And anyways, going all in on Hybe. So no worries about my financial status. I'm doing really great, actually. Like, thank you, Hybe. And on top of that, I'm gonna make another reels about this, but like, yeah, like I didn't put it on in this video, in this particular video. Go follow Daily David Kim, by the way, on Instagram. I didn't put it in this video, but after that, I want to make up a follow-up video that I want to double down on buying Hybe stocks because Cordis, goddamn Cordis. I never knew I'd be standing 18 oh, that sounds very weird, but talent, okay? 18-year-old talent. Yeah, please don't clip that. But Cordis, goddamn freaking Cordis. Oh my gosh, they are freaking talented. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, their songs are just so dope. And they got Rookie of the Year as they deserved. And I see so much potential in them. So, yeah, I'm doubling down on Hype stocks. For sure. Cordis is the future. Yeah. Snail, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate you, Snail. Now I know that you always just send random amounts of super chats without any message. But I really appreciate that. Pizza. Yeah, so I think Hybe's future is bright, despite they are going very corporate. Ironic to say that they're going corporate when they're a huge, big corporate. But you know what I'm saying, right? Cordis is killing it. BTS is coming back. The stars are aligning. There's no reason not to go all in on Hybe. I'm going to make a shit ton of money. And maybe, so this is just all in my mind, okay? This is all in my mind. This might not get realized, but I was just thinking the other day, you know, I owe a lot to BTS and Hype, like in terms of this trade, like just singling out this trade. Like other than my career, I owe a lot to them because of my career and like Korea as in general as a Korean guy, blah blah blah, endless, endless, you know, gratitude. But like just out of this single trade, I made a shit ton of money. I mean, it might not be a shit ton of money for you guys. Obviously, I'm a broke ass dude, so like I'm just talking in brokey term over here. So I made a shit ton of money in broke standards. And if my second trade were to go good, with the upcoming the concerts and stuff, and I make another shit ton of money, I was thinking, you know what? A win-win scenario would be me doing like a giveaway, and like the biggest giveaway ever, like putting it, I can make it into content and make people follow me and participate with the content, but the outcome would be an actual giving back to the community or the fandom. So it's a win-win scenario. So I was thinking, I was hypothesizing maybe I should do something like, follow me, like this content, share it, and as long as you do that, I will fly you into Korea, give you a BTS ticket no matter what, a BTS Seoul concert ticket no matter what, to maybe like two people. Whether it's India, South America, North America, Europe, wherever, just apply to just like this comment, whatever. And then it's going to get massive views and massive comments. So it's going to be good for me, but also like imagine this young girl or whoever that wanted to, her dream was to see BTS, but because of financial issues or because of ticketing problems or whatever kind of realistic issues, she doesn't have the opportunity to. And if I were to do this and fly her in, it would cost me a couple $1,000 probably, right? Depending on, I'd be like, fingers crossed, please not Latin America, because Latin America is like the longest. But imagine that one girl or two girls coming over to Korea and actually getting the chance to see a BTS concert live. And that would be a life-changing experience, because that was what I felt in Rose Bowl back then. So I was like, maybe I should do that. Maybe. It would be a huge, huge thing. He would explode, right? Yeah, but anyways. Yeah, so yeah, 300 watch and give a like. Do you think that's a good idea? Shit ton of money is probably $100. Yes, in brokey terms. So I can get a BTS ticket. Well, you have a lot of competition if that were to happen. A lot of competition, I would say. Or maybe not. It doesn't go viral. It's just like here. It's just among us. I'd be fine with like flying one of you in over. So, I mean, but I would probably get you the most cheap ticket. Like, that's under my territory. Like, that's my under my authority. Like, to get you the probably the most affordable tickets. I'm not gonna let you do like 15 hours like layover somewhere, but like a direct plane ticket to Korea, probably like within $1,000, and then like maybe host you in my house or like a cheap motel or something like that. Not gonna lie, like this is an expensive project if it were to be realized. I need to save bucks, you know? So yeah. Anyways, like giving the experience is what's important, but I'm kind of like ideating that if I make enough money on that trade. If this is all in my Delulu mind, okay, not giving any blank checks out there or any ideas. I was just thinking in the shower yesterday. You know what? Yeah, I made a shit ton of money on that trade, and I feel very thankful. And my Hybe stocks trading reel got like 200K views. It's my most performing reel on Instagram, so why not double down on it and do like a massive event? Do you think this would go viral if I were to do it? Do you think a lot of people would actually participate? David Wyatt Youngman, I was just speaking in terms of the majority. I know. It could be a 60-year-old woman, or I don't know, an 80-year-old woman who God knows what, a 90-year-old man. YouTuber David puts fan in Love Hotel. Okay, to be honest though, Love Hotels aren't that bad. You guys are expecting something like, shitty with mold and like hidden cameras and like these prison
Couples
dungeon
all in line
cells.
for that
No,
BTS
actually,
ticket.
if you
Rolling on
go
the
to love
core laughing
motels,
emoji.
they're
Rolling
they're
on the
actually
core
pretty
laughing
decent.
emoji.
You'll be surprised. They're very clean. I wouldn't say like they're the best at hygiene. Obviously, it's not going to be a five-star hotel, but I would argue that these Korean love motels are better than most of the motels in the United States or any other parts of the world. Yeah, these love motels are pretty nice. And they're costly too. Like don't look down on love motels. They cost like minimum $80 per night. So that's not bad, you know? Ha ha ha, we are all in line for that BTS ticket. Yeah, I mean, thank you, Chamber, for the $10. Pizza, but it would be best if someone that really didn't have the finances to ever see BTS in life to get that. But of course, to be fair, it's going to be a roulette kind of thing at the end of the day, like out of pure chance. That's the only way to be fair about it. Or I don't know, like maybe I could get applications from people with their own stories about like how BTS changed their lives and where they live and what kind of, situation they're in. But that would be too hard though. Like I would probably get like hundreds, if not even thousands of stories, and they would all probably, move my heart. And yeah, and I would have such a hard time in choosing one. And also it could get like allegations of being rigged and stuff. I mean, those allegations come out no matter what. Even if I do that random spin thing, people are probably gonna say, "Oh, it's a designated person. That's an inside job," because they're salty they didn't get it. I swear on my life that I have never rigged any kind of giveaway done on DKDKTV or whatever. Yeah, we've always been candid. We have the receipts of DMing, sending, all that. So, um, yeah, every hotel motel is a love motel. Love motels are pretty okay. Yeah, they're really nice. Mm-hmm. Spy cams are a real problem, but the love motels. Make sure you go to those that have those stickers on the. They usually have stickers on the reception or the outside door saying, we do regular inspections on hidden cameras. Yeah. What about Paradise Hotel? No, that is too expensive. That is too expensive. uh, What is costly, not expensive to you? $80 is standard for not much these days. Well, in Korea, $80 is gonna get you good stuff. Yeah, I know. Like in New York, it's like nothing. You probably get like a shithole for that, but yeah, it's pretty good.
I definitely getting tickets to BTS concert.
Um. Oh no, David, they have to be paid subscribers for minimum 3 months. Okay, I definitely getting tickets to the BTS concert. Thank you, Dolly Baby, for the $20. Yeah, I mean, no offense, Dolly Baby. No offense at all. Quite ironic that I'm saying this to you after you've sent me a super chat, but I would prefer, um, for like if I were to do this event, I would prefer, as I said before, uh, that do have their own luxury to purchase their own BTS tickets somehow to be, excluded from the lottery. But then it's not a lottery, so I know. But like that's just my sentiment. You know what I'm saying, right? There are people all over the globe that would die to see BTS, but they never get the chance to. But it's gonna be almost impossible to think of a mechanism that works in that way. So yeah, it's probably gonna be random choice. Oh, oh, there's this thing that's bugging me on my finger, and I'm trying to pull it off, but yeah. If I win, David, you flying me from the Caribbean hats. That's a lot of flights, sir. Plus, I'm not flying all the way there to hear people having fun next door. Oh, well, if you don't agree with my terms, then it's a no-no. I'll probably have to make you sign a contract or something that you're okay with all the terms that I'm providing. Yeah. Yeah. Who would fly to South Korea for $80 tickets? What do you mean $80 tickets? Yeah. I was talking about the motel price. But I would say that there would be a lot of people who would want to participate in this giveaway for general admission tickets for the BTS concert. You're underestimating, the amount of people that don't have the opportunity and luxury to see any BTS concert at all. Yeah. A lot of people who would die to see BTS will probably not see them. Yeah. Exactly. I understand you, David. You want it to go to someone who wouldn't have a chance to see them otherwise. Exactly. But anyways, everyone would have a fair chance. And at the end of the day, this is all a hypothetical scenario, so we're all talking on thin air over here. Nothing, nothing is guaranteed. I could like the thing about stocks though is like I could lose everything. I could lose my whole entire net worth with this trade if it goes. No, actually not. I'll just lose. There's no. If it's not the case where like Hive suddenly burns down to the earth and you know something disastrous happens, I'll probably not lose all my money, but it could go wrong quickly. You never know with stocks. Like it could go down 50%. I could lose half of my life savings or whatnot. So like, this is very optimistic thinking and I'm just daydreaming over here. Yeah.
Hi from Juno AK.
Hi from Juno. I don't know how to pronounce that. AK? Where's AK? Getting buried in the snow. Where's AK? Hello. Thank you for the $5. Where is Juno? Juno? Sounds like Renault. AK. Let me try to guess. Is that America? Is that like a state? AK? A. What starts with A? Arizona? No. AK? AK? Isn't that a gun? Alaska. Ah, Alaska. Okay, 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 okay. I was thinking of like an AK-47 or something. Oh, getting buried in snow. All right. Juneau is in Alaska. Okay. Wow. I want to go to Alaska one time. Yep. It would be a dream come true for me. Fingers crossed. I hope this manifests. Yeah. Yeah. But to be fair, like if this were to fly, I would I would probably expect like even without like the BTS fan power, our internal giveaways that we've done with Naked Soul and DKDKTV, they've gotten like hundreds of applicants. So if this actually goes viral, there'd be like thousands, if not maybe even tens of thousands. And there would only be like one or two lucky winners. Yeah. Oh, and imagine the criticism I would get if it were like a Korean fan or a Japanese fan. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe I should rule out like Korean and Japanese. But then people will be like, it's not fair. Oh my gosh. It's a nightmare. It's a headache already. Yeah, then can I exclude Taiwanese fans? Can I exclude Southeast Asian fans because they're close? People start complaining over everything. They'll never be happy. Oh my gosh. And they'd be like, you should give more opportunities to the people that they don't tour in, they don't do world tours and blah 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 blah. Oh my gosh. I'm already seeing those comments. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Yeah. Maybe I should just like invite someone over like personally. Okay, guys. Anyway, speaking of hype and Adore, let's go on to our next topic, which is Hee Jin. So Hee Jin has come back from the dead, and she is now very vocal. I wouldn't say very, but she's somewhat vocal. So she shared in a recent interview that she won't be creating a new girl group for the time being, and is instead prioritizing a boy group project for her next move. That's very interesting, isn't it? She also revealed that she felt an emptiness even after New Jeans' success. Wow. That the recent conflict made her rethink why work matters to her. On top of that, she said she wants to propose a new management model, shorter contract terms, and a system where the company and the artist genuinely need each other. I guess she's learned a lot from this. According to her, there are still gaps in today's entertainment industry, and she plans to fill those spaces and create a new wave in the scene. Okay, guys, before you jump on to me saying that I'm like a Hee Jin fan or whatever, I'm supporting her, whatever. In general logic, generally, what she's saying is not wrong. Like, I do think there should be shorter terms for idols, and there should be a new management model and a system where the company and artists look out for each other. Yeah, I think that's right on track. To be fair, like you can demonize her or whatever, but like what she's saying over here, at least in those terms, are on yeah, on point. I would say. I don't know about whatever like her making her own boy group or like why work matters about her, but like just in industry terms, I think there should be better conditions for idols, and if she's going to pioneer and you know yeah, start that movement, then open arms. Everyone's very welcome. Yeah, fair enough, right? So, anyways, it's very interesting that she is accepting submissions for potential trainees now. So she's actually gearing up for this new group to come, and Min's new entertainment agency, OK, which stands for One of a Kind, began accepting submissions from all over the world for potential trainees born between 2006 and 2011. Wow. 2006 and 2011. How old is that even? 2011. 2025 minus 2011 means 14? 14, 15 years old? I guess it makes sense if you want to train them for a couple years. 2006 would be, so 19. So it's like 14, 15 to 19, 20 years old. Yeah, sounds about right for the trainee session. The debut would probably be at like 16, 17. I don't really advocate, younger debuts nowadays. Like in the old days, I think the youngest member that would ever debut in like a second generation group, I might be wrong, but my just impression is overall it would be like at least 18, 19. Yeah, after a year they'd probably graduate from high school and go into college or something like that. I think that was the norm, but from some point on, I think it was like from the third gen or fourth gen rookie groups, they started getting younger and younger. And now it's like 15, 16 with like groups like Islet or New Jeans. Yeah, Heading was like 16 when she debuted, no? So, yeah, but anyways, 2006 and 2011, people are eligible to enter for her new agency, OK. OK. Submissions will close at 10 p.m. on Thursday. Oh, it's already done. Actually, is it? So this was 2 days ago. So you got 4 days left. 4 days left to apply for her audition. The audition will reportedly take place at a dance studio in Songpa District, southern Seoul. Observers say that Min might be aiming to debut both a boy band and girl group, given that the audition is open to all genders. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So she said she's going to prioritize a boy group, but then the audition is open to all genders. So maybe she's trying to, for the next step, a girl group. Jungkook was 15. Dang, he was young. Okay. I heard that many went to the audition, so it's over already? It's over? Of course a lot of people would go to the audition. Like, contrary to everyone's belief in the chat, I told you guys, like, people will line up for that audition. Like it or not, Hee Jin is a veteran in this scene, and she's made a lot of successful idols, and nobody actually questions her capability. So there might be questions about her moral standards and like her shadiness, but like, yeah, based on merit, a lot of people would go. And there are people that believe that she's not in fault as well too. So there's that amount of people, and then there's like the general group of people thinking like, oh, if I have a shot, like it better be under like Hee Jin's production or something. Well, actually, let's look into if she did the audition already. How do I get to her site? Does she even have a website? I'm trying to find her website, but can't find it. I'm on Wikipedia right now, trying to look for her website. Let me show you guys. Not seeing a website so far. Nope. Nope, not seeing any website. Audition. Where did she even post the audition though? Okay, there is this post about this. Oh, so it's not done yet. It's on December 13th. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's up. You can apply until December 10th, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eligibility born between 2006 2011, regardless of nationality or gender. Studio students, students from other academies, external students can apply. Fields, vocal, dance, rap. Application method, pre-application Google form. Check each studio's Instagram profile for the Google form. Apparently there's a studio. I don't know what she's talking about, but okay. Bring your IDs. Final results individually contacted. Inquiries, Ho Dance neighbor. Okay. Interesting. What is this place? Oh, Ho Dance Center, Busan City. Interesting. So, what I'm getting from this is that she contacted a bunch of dance institutions or academies that have a lot of K-pop idol wannabes, and she gave out Google Docs links to those dance studios, and it's kind of like a semi-internal. Oh, there we go. Audition application link. There we go. Should I apply? Oh, there we go. OK Records audition application form. All right. Oh, we got a Google form over here. If you want to apply, I'll give you the link. On-site applications are not accepted. You never know. Like, I don't know all the demographics of my viewers, but someone might be born in 2006 and 2011 in Korea who wants to fly to Korea and give it a shot. But here we go. Okay, you got to put in your name, gender. What? Why isn't there... What? Why is there only other and female? Why are you boxing me in as other? Wait, maybe this is a mistranslation. Okay, this is male and female. Okay. There's no other, actually. There's only male and female. And then date of birth, contact number, email, nationality, region of residence. Oh, okay. And then, here we go. Required notice. Please prepare a dance within 1 minute. Play the sound source on your phone. Vocals and raps will be performed unaccompanied. Please make sure to bring identification. Confirm. Information use consent. Okay, it's easy enough. Easy enough. Yeah, locations here. Oh no, this is the studio. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, it's happening. If you want to apply, go for it. Go for a date. I don't even have the eligibility. Should I just fake that I'm born in 2011? But they do ID checks, so yeah. Make a fake account and apply. Let us know how it goes. I'd be kicked out immediately. You're not born in 2011. I entered college when I was 2011. Oh my gosh. How old I am. The reality just hit me. It kicked in. Oh my gosh. I started college at 2011. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, so snap back to reality. Okay, so Minijin states that Hybe should be apologizing to NewJeans when asked if she feels sorry towards the group. She was on this interview. I didn't watch the whole interview. Yeah, but it was a pretty long interview. It was on the Mebush. No, it was on the Genres Yoido. Yeah, I watched this show frequently. But yeah, she talked about a lot of stuff here. And when asked her feelings towards NewJeans right now, if she felt sorry towards them, she responded, Hybe is the one that should be apologizing to NewJeans. She went on to criticize the way New Jeans' return to Adore has been handled so far, saying that the members all delivered their intentions to return on the same day with only a time gap. Why is it being framed as if there's a division between the members? Minijin suggested that HYBE was splitting up the members on purpose to create confusion within the fandom. The host then asked if Minijin was still in contact with the members of New Jeans. She answered no, and I can't really talk about that. No matter what I say or do, articles come out about it. It's at the point where if I went to the bathroom 10 times, articles would be written about it. That's true. Yeah. Minijin also commented on the negative public perception of her. I mostly hear about the negative public opinion on me secondhand from the people around me. I don't really feel it because people are still nice to me in person. That's good. Yeah, at least she's not in some like mentally bad state. On a humanitarian perspective, like it or not, like she's a human being too, so like nobody wants her to make a bad decision or anything, right? So David, let us hear what song you would sing. What song would I sing? I'd probably rap because I'm super horrible in singing. Yeah. Okay, so that was a little update about Minijin. I don't know, like hopefully her new boy group becomes a success. What do you think the reason behind her prioritizing a boy group is? I think maybe it's an ego thing. Maybe it's because of her pride. She's like, I want to prove that I can make a boy group from scratch that is in on par to the level of New Jeans. It's a statement. Like, even without HYBE Capital, even without SM, I have the capabilities of succeeding, making success with a group, which is a boy group, which is not a girl group. It's not regenerating the success of New Jeans. I'm not following the archetype. I am doing this out of scratch. And yeah, middle finger to Bang PD. Apparently, according to her own statement, Bang PD came to her requesting that he needs her expertise in order to make a girl group because he has not been successful with making girl groups in the past. That's what she said. So I don't know if that's true or not, but apparently that's what Bang PD said to her. And yeah, didn't Punk PD make Glam or something before? Yeah. Anyways. Hello. Hello, Psy OB baby. You caught the live stream. Okay, guys. So that's basically the news about Minijin. I'm really curious of the turnout rate of her auditions. I think it's probably going to be massive. All the K-pop trainees in the nation are going to line up for that, no matter what. Yeah, it's probably going to be in thousands. So it's a global audition too. I don't know how she's gonna take care of the global entries. They probably have to fly in or something. She probably doesn't have the capital to do like auditions all over the world, like HYBE, at LA venues or New York venues or Australia, something like that. So yeah. Um. So, anyways, let's go on to the Korean side, the Korean Peninsula. What's happening over here outside of the entertainment world? I know that a lot of viewers like this kind of news as well too. So yeah, this was probably the biggest news of the week. Cho Jin Woong, anybody know this guy? Announces retirement, apologizes for past misconduct. Humbly accepts all criticism. So this guy, I will say, was one of my favorite actors. I had a bias because he's from Busan and he speaks the Busan accent, and he's in one of those films called 범죄와의 전쟁. It's like a noir, Korean noir film, and he acts great over there. So, uh, yeah, I really like this dude. He had really good acting, but it's unfortunate because he announced his intention to retire from the entertainment industry following reports that surfaced about his alleged past misconduct on December 6th. He said, "First, I bow my head in apology for disappointing everyone who believed in me, supported me, and due to disgraceful incidents from my past, I humbly accept all criticism. As of today, I will suspend all activities and bring my acting career to an end. I believe this is the right responsibility and duty I must bear for my past mistakes. From here onward, I will do my utmost to stand again as a proper human being once again. I sincerely apologize. Thank you to everyone I loved and respect." His statement concluded simply, "I am sorry." So the background on the allegations are that he was involved in various criminal acts during his youth, including vehicle theft and sexual assault, for which he had reportedly spent time in a juvenile facility. Additional claims surfaced that as an adult, Cho had been fined for assaulting a fellow theater member, and his driver's license revoked for drunk driving around the time he appeared in the film Once Upon a Time in High School. These allegations have not been independently verified. And the agency came out saying that we can state clearly that he had no connection to acts related to sexual assault, although the other things were true to some extent. Yeah. So, yeah, he did some bad stuff when he was young, when he was a kid, when he was in the school days. So he stole. He allegedly. Okay, don't quote me on this. I'm not like fully in knowledge about what his crimes were, but there were cases related to car theft and GTA, and also maybe assaulting someone, like, or stuff like that. And that gave him like some time in juvenile prison, and he got some like punishments, and he had to move schools. And there were allegations that he changed his name because he wanted to avoid that uh, as a as a as a scarlet letter. Um, but yeah, apparently he wasn't as famous back then, so it was all swept under the rug because he wasn't famous. Nobody gave an F. Like, if you're not famous, even if you do drunk driving, nobody gives a shit. And then there's Suga, who was on a scooter, on an electric scooter, and got all that shit. So double standards, but that's how the entertainment scene works. Like, if you're not famous, like, nobody gives an F. So yeah, that happened, and apparently he takes full responsibility. I hope he goes to the victims and apologizes, makes up for his mistakes. But it is kind of shitty that he's been concealing that for the whole time, and he hasn't been outed, and he's just been living a successful life. Like, nobody's gonna strip his wealth that he's already earned. So he's probably gonna live a better life than all of the other people. Yeah, but I've realized that that's somehow how the world works. People that have bad past, bad actions sometimes make more success than just and righteous people. So that's very frustrating. But yeah, I'm happy that he's retired from acting, because, like, like, people um, would have said, yeah, like, it would have gone ugly. So yeah, that's good. Mm. um, So no one can change. I don't know his alleged crimes, but he not allowed to change his life? He is, but he made his own decision. It's his own decision. So I don't think he was like pressured into it or anything. Maybe there was a little bit. But yeah, there are other actors, idols, celebrities that had these kind of pasts, and some just rebound after some hiatus. But this guy made up his decision. Maybe it's bad. Maybe he can't live with it. I don't know. It's case to case. So, have lunch. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for the $10. And just a quick announcement. So I will probably do a Patreon exclusive podcast right after this live stream for a couple 30, 40 minutes. So if you want to join, you are welcome to. I will put the link at the end of the stream. So you have to stick around until the end of the stream to get free access to that podcast. If not, you have to support me on Patreon. Sounded like they were old incidents. Yeah, they definitely are. It's probably like 20 years ago, and legally they cannot press charges on him. They're already dealt with on the legal time frame. So yeah, but maybe they're bad. Maybe he just can't live with it. Maybe yeah, it's his own decision. So yeah. On the exclusive podcast of the Patreon stream, I'm going to be talking about a recent stress factor that has been bugging me in regards to my human relationships. I want to seek some wisdom from you guys and share my stressful story. Yeah, but okay. Anyways, oh, because of his retirement, a lot of people might know him from Signal, the drama with Lee Jae-hoon. It was a pretty big hit back then. So Signal 2 was in making, and his retirement is impacting Kim Hye-soo and Lee Jae-hoon and this drama. Maybe it might not come to light. Probably a full stop if he's retired from acting, right? So maybe he'll be replaced or something. I don't know. If it was in filming already, then they're in big trouble. Yeah, it's scheduled to air next year. Okay, fans have waited nearly a decade for the sequel. So it's already filmed then. I wonder what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge problem because like he's a main lead in that series. Let's see. Let's see what happens. You recognize them from Signal? Yeah, for sure. He's a well-known actor. I saw him in New York the other month. He was at the event. I think this will air. Just wait. Maybe. So he's retired, so I think they'll just let it slip. But yeah, I am getting hungry. Oh my gosh. So going on to the next news, Seoul saw its first snowfall of 2025 on Thursday, and yeah, it was massive snow. It just covered up the whole country, no, the whole city, and I saw it. I posted some stories on my Instagram. Like my whole story was spammed with all my friends posting their own versions of first snow sightings. It was pretty. It was pretty, but I think more than being pretty though, what was overlooked was the chaos that occurred with the snow. So I saw so many videos of cars colliding, cars slipping, and cars being stuck in tunnels.
Is it his
People
own
saying that
decision? He
they
was getting
haven't
cancer
arrived
from
home
jobs.
in like five
Sounds like
hours because of
pressure.
the snow. They're stuck in traffic, and it was a whole disaster for a lot of people, a lot of commuters. And there were a lot of people slipping on the roads too. So normally Seoul is pretty swift with their preemptive actions in regards to snowfall. They usually spray like what do you call it, that salty substance on the road and prevent from the road to from freezing and stuff. But I guess they couldn't reach it in time this time, and it wasn't enough, and the roads kind of froze. And people in Korea, they don't have winter wheels because we seldom have snow. So yeah, the cars were all just like rotating, and they were all stuck, and they were crashing against each other. There were so many accidents on the road. It created like a whole bottleneck and a whole traffic jam. Uh, SJ, who I work with on Arirang radio, he was going home, and it took him 6 hours. By the time he was home, it was like 1:30 a.m. His show ends at like 7-ish, 8-ish, I think. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, sometimes I think this is a prime example where sometimes something can be very good for someone, but on the other hand, it's devastating. So usually for people in the military, like for soldiers, they call snow trash, trash from the sky, because they always get called and summoned to wipe up all the snow. And it's like a job for them. So poor guys. I had to do that too when I was in active duty. So yeah, for some people it's just like a romantic scene. For couples that were on the road or indoors, just looking at the snow, and it's like, ah, it's first snow. It's kind of like me too. Like it wasn't romantic for me, but I was like, oh wow, how pretty. And I went out with my dog and walked her. But for some people, it's like, yeah, literal trash coming from the sky. Chammer, thank you. Is it his own decision? He was being canceled from jobs. Sounds like pressure. Maybe, but all I'm saying is like for him to retire entirely, he could have went the hard way. Like, you know, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm gonna take a hiatus. I'm gonna reflect on myself, and then maybe come back a few years later. That's what usually a lot of people do, but he just decided to retire. So that's just it, I think. Yeah. The snow looks so pretty though on people's IG accounts. It was pretty. It was pretty. It's worse in the south. It's worse in the south. We rarely see snow. Yeah, we don't see that much snow. We always wish for a white Christmas. Um, People forget how to drive on snow and ice. Good to get used to it again. Yeah. Then there's so much criticism against the Seoul metropolitan government, saying like, "Oh, where's our tax money going? Why aren't you preventing these natural disasters? It could be prevented. You cause so much damage, blah 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 blah." And then there were
I think
people saying like,
Koreans are too
"Oh,
hard on their
try going to
idols, and
Norway and
actors who think
Sweden. Is it
Koreans
perfect
are
over
too hard
there?
on their idols
It
and
snows all the
actors.
time over there." I think Koreans are too hard on their idols and actors. Think Koreans are too hard on their idols and actors. Oh yeah, you had to emphasize it two times. Thank you, Michelle, for the $5. I definitely agree. Korea is a very stuck up society. Everyone's on their high horses. Everyone has very harsh moral standards. That's the reason I don't do YouTube content on the Korean sector, because I would probably get canceled day one of some kind of random comment that I didn't even think would be cancelable would probably get me canceled on that side of the internet. So it's definitely a very pressuring place. Yeah, and but at the same time it's high risk, high return too. If you know what I'm saying. If you get into those parasocial relationships and become that super clean idol, then these people will give their lives for you. Did it snow in North Korea? Probably. North Korea is very cold. North Korea is like Russia territory. Few inches of snow is not a natural disaster, though. I know, but like it's because you didn't see like the happenings. How do I find these? Uh, 교통사고. Let me try to find some of these. Yeah, maybe on the news. So let me give you an idea of what happened. Okay, so this was a traffic jam. Nobody could get home because there were so many accidents, like firefighters and everybody, and people were stressed. Like, look at this, look at this shit happening. Um, there were some extreme footages of like cars twirling and dancing. Like this car can't even move. Three cars collided together. The buses are like all spinning on the road. Like you see those cars that like bumped into the guardrails over here? Like that car literally just derailed from the yeah, look at all these cars, right? Like they couldn't even move. So, I would call this a natural disaster. Yeah, look at this car. Just just yeah, smashed into that. And yeah, so it was pretty bad. Like this is the news, so it's toned down, but what I saw on social media was pretty bad. Yeah, they had like what do you call that? Black ice. Uh-huh. So Look at that. Oh my gosh. It was chaos. Yeah, it was definitely chaos. Poor people. Yeah, that's why you need a four-wheel drive. And maybe snow chains, snow wheels, snow tires. Yeah, like so many accidents happened. I heard that some people actually slipped and got like concussions and stuff too, so it was pretty bad. Yeah. I want to find you some like very um interesting videos, but I don't think I can. Yeah, I almost slipped on the floor the day before too because it was all frozen. Yeah, look, I mean, they did a really bad job this time, to be honest. I think it's criticism worthy. Like, look at this, the whole road is frozen and people like slipping like crazy. Look, imagine old people. Look at that. It's all frozen. The deliveries were all like halted. Yeah, I couldn't order anything that day. Businesses are affected too. These cars can't go uphill. Yeah, so it was definitely, yeah. Oh, look at this car. Oh my God, look at this collision. So it was like very, very bad. It was very bad that day. Yeah, ice is way worse than snow. I know. Looks like the roads just needed salt. Yeah, but apparently they were overwhelmed because it was, yeah, it was just all of a sudden, and the city tried their best, but the snow outsnowed them. That icy walkway, I would not dare walk on. I would slip and fall. I saw a lot of people slipping in front of me. I saw a kid slipping. I saw a grandma slipping. I actually helped her get up. Yeah, the other day. I almost slipped 2 times in a row. Hopefully they're okay. Yeah. But it was nice to see some snow. I'm not gonna lie. It was okay. Okay, let's go on to the next subject, which is Coupang. So Coupang is like the Amazon of Korea. Everybody uses it. And yeah, it got hit by a massive breach, exposing 33.7 million users. That's almost 70% of our whole population. That's how dependent we are on Coupang. I can't live without Coupang. I ordered several stuff the day before too. And they come in front of your door in like half a day. So I just can't live without it. It's really the best, honestly. But the e-commerce giant Coupang has admitted to the leakage of the personal information of 33.7 million users, nearly its entire customer base, intensifying fears that one of Korea's mostly widely used apps has left millions of shoppers exposed. It said on Saturday that the compromised data includes names, phone numbers, email addresses, and home addresses. Payment details and credit card information, login credentials are stored separately under enhanced security, so they were not accessed. The company has said users do not need to take additional steps at this stage. This is why I'm getting all these spam messages and scam calls from people. Like, my information at this point is just being gobbled up by all these scam call centers, and they're just circulating all my information, and they're calling with fake numbers day to day. I'm getting fed up with this. I'm not even lying. Every single day I get like more than 4 of these scam calls. I hate it. But what's even worse is that security failure or xenophobia. Coupang leak outrage morphs into anti-Chinese hatred. Okay, of course it's going to be anti-Chinese. What isn't anti-Chinese? But I'm not being sarcastic at for this one particularly, because the breach of the more than 33 million Coupang user accounts is now quickly evolving from a shocking corporate security lapse to a source of rising anti-Chinese sentiment as suspicion falls on a former employee of Chinese nationality. Hmm. The controversy surrounding the breach intensified after the prime suspect was believed to be a former Coupang engineer from China who had worked on the authentication systems. Yeah, and I saw a lot of articles saying that this employee has already fled, and it has been confirmed that he is Chinese or she is Chinese. I don't know. So a lot of people are running that narrative. Of course, it would be the CCP. Of course, yeah, they would slowly what's that word? Intrude, like slowly enter into our systems in this kind of way, like Coupang, which has most of the Korean citizens, nationals, information over there, and they would leak it. So yeah, uh, yeah. Is it hate when the person is actually Chinese? I don't know if it's hate. I'll just leave it there. Be careful, America, too. Like, yeah. Just saying. Um, but another shady thing is that Coupang executives liquidated shares before public disclosure of the data breach. So that's very shitty too. According to the U.S. Stock Exchange Commission, Coupang chief financial officer reported that he sold this much shares of Coupang stock on November at a very high price. And then the VP of search and recommendations also disclosed the sales of 27,000 shares. Kolari resigned on November 14th. The timing of the stock sales by CFO and former vice president before Coupang publicly acknowledged the data breach is very shady. It's very bad. And it's causing big social turmoil right now because Coupang is a Nasdaq. No, it's not Nasdaq. It's a American listed company. So, it's basically a U.S. company on paper, but it's just listed over there. It's basically a Korean company. It started in Korea. Its consumer base is in Korea. 90% of all its revenues come from Korea. So it's just listed in the United States, and the people that are on the head level are like internationals and U.S. people. So the government is like something like this happened, and the victims and the damage is uh, all the Korean people's. You know, they're taking the hit, and just because of the fact that it's a U.S. company on paper, you are avoiding any kind of punishment from this is not acceptable. So I think the government is going to think of some sort of way to punish Coupang and get some compensation. I don't know, rip off some immense amount of tax money from it, a fine. But I think, yeah, that should occur. That should happen. They definitely caused a lot of damage. So yeah, for sure. Um, Insider trading is against the law, right? In South Korea. Yes, in most of the countries. So probably, I don't know what the government could do. If I were the government, I would report this to the SEC or something and say that this is some kind of insider trading. Yeah. So they could do that, or they could make restrictions on the company operating in Korea, but then that would also um, affect the daily lives of Korean people because, as I said, we are all so dependent on Coupang, and there aren't a lot of alternatives that are as convenient and as competent as Coupang. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna flow, but this was a huge security breach. Uh, yeah, I mean, to the people that always are super um, careful about their personal information, I hate to break it to you, but it's probably somewhere in China already. Somewhere in India or I don't know. Somewhere around the world your phone number, your biometrics, your face, your email address, your home address is somewhere out there in the world. So it may be in your government, of course, in your own government, but yeah. Uh, in the age of the internet, I think it's hard to protect your personal information. You could take precautions and you could try to prevent like the worst outcome. Yeah, I'm not saying that's bad or anything, but I'm just saying, like, I see some people always kind of complaining about, oh, when you enter a country, why do they require me to do a face scan or a fingerprint scan or whatever? I think that would be the least of your problems, least of your concerns. That's just what I'm saying. I'm saying like there's a huge possibility that all your credentials are already out there somewhere. So the least you can worry about is a official government taking a face scan and a fingerprint scan of you, right? Google, I feel like, has had multiple breaches over the years. I just got a email from OpenAI the other day, ChatGPT, saying that my information has been used by a third party company and they are sincerely sorry about it. That's bad because I say all kind of weird stuff to my ChatGPT. Yeah. Yeah, if I had to choose to disclose my personal Kakao Talk chats versus my DMs versus my ChatGPT, oh, I would never, never open up my ChatGPT. Yeah, it's wild over there. Yeah. Uh, Data breaches are so bad that they breach my kids' school's Google Classroom accounts. I know, right? Like, in this day, your data is not protected. You can try all you want, but I'm just saying, like, there's so much you can do. So at this point, I've just given up. I'm like, yeah, my data is all out there already. Nothing I can do about it. I get scam calls every single day anyway, so I'm just gonna live my life. Google has had many. Same with Equifax, Yahoo, and Anthem Health too. Yeah, you know. Uh, I just came. It's very late here. Will there be a Patreon stream afterwards? Yes, I will do a short stream after this. It's gonna be a Patreon after show. Too late to go off grid now. Uh-huh. Okay, oops. I got rid of the news. Okay, let's skim through the other news and wrap up the stream. Wow, 328 people watching. Thanks for sticking around. Please like the video. It's only 144 likes, and I appreciate if you could show me any kind of support via PayPal at paypal.me/koreanpizzaclub. I really appreciate your super chats as well too. And yeah, let's go on to the next news, which is, just a reminder. A few days ago, it was the 1 year anniversary of the martial law. Yay! We had martial law. The current president is putting a lot of emphasis in it that it was the victory of democracy. It was like the revolution of light. I'm not trying to be sarcastic over here. I am actually very fond of the president right now because he's given me a lot of gains in the stock market. I think he's doing a pretty good job too, regardless of my political spectrum or whatnot. But yeah, like even so, like the wordings he used to describe the martial law and the whole impeachment case, like the revolution of light. I think that was a little bit too yeah, that's kind of cringe, I would say, to be honest. Of course we were swift about it. The Congress shut it down really quick, but most of the people didn't even get a taste of what the martial law is. I'm not saying I want a taste of it. I'm just saying like people slept and woke up and it was all over. So there was a lot happening in between, of course, and the Congress people worked really hard, and yeah, the military troops suffered and whatnot. But to call it the Revolution of Light, it's a little funny. It's a little funny. Yeah. He said he needs to designate December 3rd as People's Sovereignty Day to commemorate the role of people in stopping Yoon's martial law, and that the people of Korea who overcame the martial law peacefully deserve to win the Nobel Peace Prize. I get where he's coming from. I get it. But the wording is a little too strong for me, you know. Revolution of Light, People's Sovereignty Day, Nobel Peace Prize for the people. Yeah, valid, yeah, okay. It's been a full year already, yes. Yeah. Time flies, I know, right? That was a year ago, right? President Lee was voted in, it was. He's not wrong. I know, he's not wrong, but the expressions are kind of funny to me. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful to the people who stood up, and I was watching it live as well too, and I'm very grateful that it just went over very swiftly, and then we could get justice at the end of the day. But we call this in Korean obahada, obahada. It means he's overdoing it. And there are probably political calculations in it too, because like if we are to designate it as a holiday of like the People's Sovereignty Day and claim it as the Revolution of Light in the textbooks and stuff, then it's gonna be in his political favor. So there are calculations over there too, probably. Fair enough. Sorry you are not getting a Nobel Peace Prize. Nowadays, I feel like anybody's getting Nobel Peace Prize. Anybody's becoming um, suggested, recommended for a Nobel Peace Prize, right? Okay, so this is a hot potato. Dongduk Women's University to go co-ed by 2029 amid the student backlash. Remember this, where all the students vandalized their own school and they damaged it, and they said like we are not going to pay for the fees, the cleaning fees or anything. Yeah, but anyways, regardless of all that, Dongduk Women's University said on Wednesday that it will open its doors to men in 2029, a decision students have denounced as ignoring the continued need for women-only institutions in a country where gender bias still shapes women's experiences. The decision follows a recommendation from the school's co-education discussion committee, which said Monday it had completed deliberations and concluded the university should transition to a co-educational model. Despite the backlash, the university issued a statement saying its president decided to respect the committee's recommendation and accept it. I don't have any say in it because I'm not a student, but just as a bystander, as an irrelevant opinion, as a Korean person, I think women's universities are a relic of the past, to be honest. Yeah. Women, as much as women need a safe space, women's only universities, though, it's not that. I don't know. Like, okay, like they have their own freedom too, but at the end of the day, the committee decided on that. And this is a private university, and the students are a fraction, I would say. It doesn't represent the entirety of the student. I don't know, maybe they did like a petition or something. I would have to look into the statistics and numbers. But it's a complicated issue, but co-ed universities have been the norm. It's been working for a long time in Korea, and women's only universities, I don't know. I'm not educated enough to talk about this subject, and it's probably going to get me canceled, so let me just stay here in my lane. But as a person who's gone to co-ed universities and knows about its perks, and women's only universities might serve its purpose as like a safe space, and there are like these cases that are dangerous for women in co-ed universities, but the majority is like they are in a safe space too. They are mingling together with males, and that's socializing, and that's knowing how to work in society and work with other groups of people. So, in one perspective, isn't like women's only universities like isolating women even more? I don't know. Yeah. It is a financial thing to open doors to more people. Yeah, because like this university, the preference towards women's only universities are going down, and that's a known fact. People don't want to go to only universities now. It's only like a small portion of women that are very vocal and opinionated that want to go here. Most women want to go to coed because they want to date, they want to socialize, they want to interact. Yeah, just how our society is. Like it or not, we are a society with XX and XY chromosomes. And um, yeah, so of course, yeah, I know everybody. Someone would say like that's easy for you to say as a man. Of course, that's why I said this is not my place to say, and this is an irrelevant topic. But I'm just saying the trend of society is going in co-ed, and 90% of 90 probably 95% of all the universities are co-ed now. So, yep. hmm Okay, let me not go because I see people getting riled up in the comments. I never win on any topic about like women's because I'm not a woman. So, yeah. Of course you can date in a women's university, but it's you got to go that extra step, right? You got to go out of your way to another campus or whatever. It's like the probabilities are like of dating are higher in co-ed. Why are you exaggerating all my words? Every time I talk anything about women, people get super sensitive. It's probably because the messenger is a male and I can never win on this situation. So I'm just like I'll just be here, stay in my lane, put out my irrelevant opinion. Nobody has to take any like severity or weight on it. That's just it. And I'm sorry if this looks as if a toxic masculinity or a patriarchal kind of point of view, but I'm just stating that the norm is co-ed schools are out there, and this committee decided to do this. And yeah, it's unfortunate for the students that are there, but the students that are to come want co-ed too. So that's just it. Yeah. No worries, David. You are not sexist. Thank you for saying that in a sentence. Okay, okay, okay. hmm Okay, pilot, turn the plane around. Thank you. Yes, let's go to the next topic. All right. Wow. Samsung has a trifold phone now. A triple folding smartphone. Oh, wow. Look at this. The future holds three ways. Ooh, I just wanted to show you guys this. Isn't it so cool? I have a flip and oops, I just showed you my screen. But yeah, now we have a 10-inch display. The Galaxy Z Trifold. I wish I was sponsored by Samsung. Please sponsor me. But yeah, this is really cool. Now we literally have a tablet in our palm. This is like an iPad size phone in our palm. I really want that because I'm a person who watches a lot of YouTube and anime and stuff, and it would be amazing. Like the viewing experience would be amazing. Yeah. Why do we need three folded phones now? I don't know, but human beings are just like that. I want one. Plain and simple. Yes. That's a tablet. It is. It is. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you that and do my fair share as being a patriotic Korean guy advocating Samsung over Apple. Um, yeah, I'm loving my Z Flip so far. They're really cool, but I would think they would break easily. No screen protector will go on that. Oh, never underestimate the Chinese factories. Yeah, they're on top of the tech. Hmm. How will a phone case even work with a three-folded phone? I don't know, but like it worked with this one, right? I was impressed at how they actually managed to get a folding case for this. Like it's very nice and sturdy. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to the Patreon exclusive podcast. So just to let you guys know, I finished the whole watch party for The Dream Life of Mr. Kim. Oops, why isn't there episode 12 here? That's the final episode. Maybe it's not uploaded. Yeah, there's supposed to be an episode 12 here. There is, it's uploaded. But anyways, this was a really, really nice series. I highly recommend, even if you're not paying on Patreon to do the watch party with me, by yourself, I highly recommend watching this because it really just shows you the reality of Korea and a middle-aged middle class parent, father, husband, you know, about his pride, what Korea uh, pressures him into, like the status, the job, the house, the wealth, everything. How he makes bad decisions, how he makes up for it, uh, the dynamics between like boss and
Coming from co-ed Catholic
workers
school,
and
I can see
everything
benefit.
in the corporate scene. Um, yeah, so the last two episodes were really touching. I almost teared up. And I got a lot of life lessons out of this. Yeah, I could see myself in his shoes. So really, really recommend. The Dream Life of Mr. Kim. I think it's the best K-drama of this year. Yeah, it's getting a lot of hype in the Korean sector too. Coming from co-ed Catholic school, I can see benefit. I'm not getting the context here. I'm sorry, Tamara. For the $2. Coming from co-ed Catholic school, I can see benefit of a women's only school, or I don't know. But nowadays the reality is, okay, I'll tell you a bad reality though. You know how radical feminism is like seen as really bad in Korea? Like feminism in general is painted as radical feminism. And thus a lot of people see it as a red flag in women. um, Women's only universities have kind of earned that bad image upon the co-ed university students, as if this is a distortion, I think, distortion. But because there is a higher tendency of women's only university students protesting and being vocal about women's rights and blah 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 blah, it leans towards like
No
feminism.
pressure
It is
as a female
feminism,
learning
and it
about the male
sometimes
gaze.
maybe spirals out into radical feminism. Thus, given that context, co-ed students kind of stay away from women's only university students. So they have another barrier in dating and meeting other people because like I told you, like a lot of people around me, their knee jerk reaction is like, if I were to do a blind date for the if I were to, organize a blind date for them, and they say like, oh, which school does she go to? And if I say like Ewha Women's University, they'd be like, maybe I'll just pass. And I'll be like, why? She's like a charming, nice person. Why? It's like, I really don't like, people from women's universities. So that's kind of a sentiment that's going on. So it's in disadvantage for the university themselves in terms of like enrollment and also the trend and the social connotation. So yeah. Anyways, that's kind of like the image nowadays. And people be like, and even from the females, they'd be like, why? I don't want to go to a women's only university. I want to have fun. I want to, like, why am I isolating myself with only females? A sisterhood? Okay, well, they can have fun with sisterhood themselves. Like, let's go to co-ed, yay. So the trend is like the majority wants to go to co-ed, and some people might just go to Ewha Women's University because it's a prestigious school and still a good school. But even the ranks of the school for the women's only universities are falling on the CSAT scores because it's supply and demand at the end of the day, right? So people would prefer to go to, in the old days when my mom went to Ihwa, she's from Ihwa, right? And there wasn't any affiliation with feminism or whatever to the name back then. So it was a very prestigious one. Yonsei students, they're both in Shinchon. Yonsei students would flock over to Ewha Women's University because it's a campus full of women, right? Best place to go. But nowadays, no, that's not happening. And so like the tiers in the old days when my mom was going to university, it would be like Sky, like Seoul, Korea, Yonsei University, and then it would be Ihwa Women's University. That's why a lot of women are proud in their like 50s and 60s and above. When they graduated from Ihwa, like my mom, she'd be like, I graduated from Ihwa. And that's like their medal, right? But like, so it was like that in the old days. And then below that, there would be like Seogang University, Hanyang, no, 서강, 성균관, 한양, 중앙, and on and on. It goes on from that. Like there's Gyeonggi University, Foreign Language University, Seoul City University, whatever. So we have a rank for the universities. You guys have the Ivy Leagues, right? Like Harvard, Cornell, whatever. So the CSAT scores define which university you can go to. And Ihwa was up there, but now it's like gone down below all the co-ed universities in Seoul because people just don't want to go. Like there's no reason to go. Literally, you're not going to even have fun. There's no merit in going. You get this bad image that you're like magically a radical feminist. Like why would you want to go? Right? So it's fallen down so much nowadays. I think it's even below Gyeonggi University. Yeah. Some Ihwa students might be triggered, but that's just the reality. So like the co-ed schools are going up because of supply and because of demand. Like people want to go to co-ed schools, they favor it more. So yeah, the merit of women's universities are just like diminishing. Hmm. I don't even think it's because it's a male-driven society. It's because females are choosing co-ed over women's only universities. Yeah. Um, okay. In the US, many women-only schools were losing money, so they went to co-ed. That's probably the strongest reason. Exactly. It's market. It's market theory. It's market logic. Yeah. No pressure as a female learn without the male gaze. Okay. Wait, you said you went to a co-ed Catholic school. Okay, I'm not following, so sorry about that. But yeah, no pressure as a female learn without the male gaze. Okay, that would be a perk of a female-only school, right? Right? Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a domino effect. Yeah, it's definitely just a social phenomenon happening. It's market plus uh social image plus favoritism and all that. Mm-hmm. Uh, uh, uh. It would be so fun going to an all women's university though. So I've seen a lot of community posts. So apparently, I don't know. I can't speak on this issue, but apparently there are kind of different kinds of women. I don't know what this is, but apparently on online communities they say even amongst women's universities it's divided with like the conventional majority type of women and also they're like the outspoken women's rights activist feminist people and they're divided into two sectors and they group with each other and they don't like mingle with each other and for each group they kind of hate each other so that's becoming a stress factor for them internally as well too and each side says this side doesn't represent us like this side the feminist side would say to the other side, oh, they're just like the victims of the patriarchy. They want to suck up to the authorities of our world, and they don't have any pride as a independent woman or whatever. They're sellouts. And then the other side would say to them, they're like, oh my gosh, like I wish they don't represent us all. Like I don't want to get any disadvantage being seen as a radical feminist. I don't have shortcuts or whatever, and blah 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 blah. I don't go to protests. I'm just here to do my education and graduate peacefully. So apparently there are internal struggles as well too. So all of these factors combined conclude to the reasoning like, you know, co-ed schools are the way to go. Not all the women are saying what? What an amazing revelation, right? Oh wow. Yeah. But then Koreans like to categorize, unrelated, but then there's this whole teto male, Egen male thing going on, which I think is stupid too. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I'm going to move on to the Patreon after show, which is going to be about my internal struggle with my personal friends. I don't know why, but I've been going through this for a long time recently. Like, oh, I'm really stressed out about this. I don't know how I should go through it. Maybe it's that time in my life where I change my friend group or something, because this is becoming a huge stress factor. Yeah, I'll mostly talk about that, and then maybe add in some random stuff if I can, short life updates. But yeah, I don't see the live on Patreon. I'm gonna post it now so that only you guys have access to it. So I'm gonna post it right now, live, so you will see it. It's only gonna take a minute. Oh, I'm starving right now though. Oof. Let me just say Patreon exclusive podcast. I'll name the title later. There we go. And let me make a live link. Should take only 30 seconds. Actually, a little bit more than that. But I appreciate all of you, 316 people sticking around until now. There you go. Exclusive live stream. There we go. There we go. There we go. Only open to a select few people. And 3 p.m. Oops. Yeah, it's set as 3 p.m., but it's going to start right after this. Okay, I made the stream. It's in generation. There we go. Getting the stream key, getting the... Okay. Link. What the hell is happening? Why is my computer... There we go. Okie dokie. So all you have to do is sign up as a free member on Patreon. And yeah, that's all you have to do. But once it's over, you'll have to sign up as a paid member. So these are the perks of being a live stream live viewer. Okay, guys, so yeah, here's the link. Here's the link. I'll send it in the chat. Coming your way right now. Wait a sec. Where is it? Where's the chat? My gosh, you won't imagine how many things I have to fiddle through. So many screens, so many stuff. There you go. Okay. Join the link over here in the chat and you'll have access. So just to let you guys know, once you get access to this post, don't comment here, all right? Don't comment here. tap on this title and it will redirect you to the YouTube app. And it will be a YouTube stream you're looking on, and it will have a separate chat over there, and you can chat there. All right. So click on this, and it will send you to this link, and it will start in 5 minutes.